This is a third demo for Module 3 of 20532. We'll go to F drive, Model 3, Demo Code, Contaso Event, double-click on the solution. A warning about only open trustworthy project. Clear this checkbox. Ask me for every project. Click OK. When the project loads up, you'll find 8 projects in the Solution Contaso event. A web role project, a worker role project, and some shared component. These projects will require a Azure storage account. So we are going to log on to Azure and create a storage account. We can use the Cloud Explorer tool to do the same. We have created a storage account to run our virtual machine, and we can use the same storage account. So right-click on the Cloud Explorer, explore them in the portal. What we are trying to get is the connection string to the storage account. When the storage account loads up in Azure, let's go for the access keys. We need to take one of these keys and get a connection string. So right-click on the ... right next to it. We'll use key 2, and we'll get a copy of the connection string. So the connection string is simply embedded account key along with the endpoints. With the account key in hand, we will go to the data generation project, which sees our database. Well, in this case, let's take a look at the app.config. We will find the storage connection string rather than use development storage, which is the local storage. We'll do a paste of the connection string we just copied. Now we'll give this project a run to seed the local DB database. Debug, start a new instance. Now this debug process will roughly take about a minute or so to download the missing packages and initialize the database context. You will see a command line pops up, and momentarily it will disappear. When the command prompt window closes, you will be returned back. You'll be brought back to this solution. Then this project's done. Now we need to configure this solution to have multiple startup projects. So right-click on Solution. So every time we start the solution, the project will start along with it. So right-click on the solution, go to Properties. We will set 3 projects to start, which is the web, multiple startup project. We want web to start, worker start, and management. Let's dismiss this. Click on Apply. OK. We need to go ahead and replace some connection strings. So first, contaso.events.management in the web.config. We'll be changing the on line 12, you'll find the storage connection string, and we'll just paste over the same connection string we have on our clipboard. Next, we're going to navigate to our web row. Web.config. Now again on line, this time on line 13, web config, paste over the connection string. Next up, let's move on to the worker role project. Now we have 2 more things to change. Also, the Azure Web Job Storage needs to have the same connection string. The Azure Web Job Dashboard needs to have the same connection string. Now let's go and debug the solution. Let's rebuild the solution real quick. Alright, so let's go to debug menu and start debugging. Alright, we'll go ahead and click on the sales event. We ought to be able to click on register now. Now after the registration succeeded, we'll switch to the administration website. And let's go to event lists. The one we have just performed the registration is the one on top. Click on sign in sheet. Now this is an asynchronous processing, so we need to wait some time and see if the sign-in sheet has been generated. So click on once and let's wait for a little. Now if you find clicking on the sign-in sheet gets you stuck on the IE, go to Visual Studio and stop debugging for a moment. Let's go to the administration project. The Contaso Event Management project, and head over to the Views folder. The Events view. Now let's remove the disabled class here and save the view, and we'll debug again. We're going to head over to the administration page. Go to event list. Click on the sign-in sheet. For the event where the sign-in sheet has been generated, you will see a yellow block, which allows you to download the sign-in sheet. Now for any event that hasn't been generated, click on it. We'll have a blue box and says hit refresh to come back and check the status. Now in a moment's time, it'll be ready for you to download. When the job is processed, you will see the link to the sign-in sheet. That concludes the Demo 3 of the Contaso event project that we'll be building throughout this course.